So today we're going to talk a little bit about the Yamaha wireless streaming amplifier. This is an integrated amplifier. The model name is WXA-50. The 50 basically is aligned to the rated wattage at 8 ohms. So the 8 ohms, these amplifiers are rated at 55 watts. What I have them paired up here with are their classic Bellers and Wilkins 600 Series 3 with aluminum tweeter and a Kevlar woofer. Now, because these are a bit classic from Bellers, they are made in England as opposed to the newer Bellers that are made in China. These come with 5-way binding, as well as a hook where you can wall mount them, but I would not recommend them because they are rear ported, so you don't want them right up against the wall. So the amplifier, the reason why I got this, previously I had the NAD 3020, which is also another similar form factor integrated amplifier. And the reason why I upgraded was because number one, I wasn't too wowed by the power. Those are rated at 30 watts per channel at 8 ohms, and they just didn't give me the kind of whoop I was looking for. And these are, despite the fact that they are the same form factor, they do provide a bit more power, and we'll get more into it as we listen to some samples. One thing I wanted to highlight is because this has built-in Wi-Fi capability as built-in USB, there's a lot more functionality compared to the NAD 3020 or even the 7050, which is the same functionality with Bluetooth, but still no USB and no network. So I wanted to show you everything from controlling this integrated amplifier. You don't need anything other than your phone. There's an app that you can download from Yamaha, and then all you need to do is turn on the app and then click on the power. As you can see, the amplifier comes alive. It does support a variety of input, and all the controls are accessible directly on your phone. Supports Napster, Sirius XM, Pandora, Spotify, Apple AirPlay. There's also servers. Should you have a NAS attached, a network attached storage, you could run your media directly off that. There's net radio, Bluetooth, USB, optical, and auxiliary. So it does support a variety of inputs. So there's a lot of different updates here. You can have shortcuts to access your favorites, recents, and playlists. And if you want to play the song, you simply select an input. Let's try net radio. And let's go to popular stations. I'm just going to randomly pick one, whichever that is. And it does takes a little bit to buffer. And then now they start playing the radio. I think I picked the French radio station channel, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that. But basically, it's got a variety. I just picked popular, but you can search by location, genre, station, and you can even subscribe to some podcasts directly and listen to them directly on your integrated amplifier. The other thing I want to talk about is the USB functionality, which is what I think this is most useful for those of you who do not have a NAS. I think it's the easiest way to get music playing, and you actually do not need to have your phone on once you get it playing from your USB. So I'm going to go ahead and put a USB stick in the back. Before we do that, let's take opportunity to go through the inputs. So there's an optical input, which I have an optical cable in. There's a power in. There's a network hardwire Ethernet input. There's trigger in and out if you want to attach additional components. This is an on-off switch to determine if you wanted to turn your Wi-Fi radio or your Bluetooth radio on and off. Here's the USB port, which we're going to put in a USB stick. Beneath that, we have the auxiliary input output. This is subwoofer out, which I don't have anything connected there. Remote in, the 5-way binding post, I'm running just loose wire, but I do recommend you getting some kind of wire with connectors such as the either spades or banana plugs. They're a lot easier to manage, but for today I just have these loose wires. And then there's a Wi-Fi antenna. So put it back. And these do come with rubber feet, so you can have them standing upright or sitting them down like this. And there's an additional mount that'll keep it steady if you want it to stand upright, which I kind of prefer. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the USB now that we got the USB in there. Again, using the app, I'm just going to randomly pick a track, and it should play. There we go. So one thing to know is there's no indication of volume on the knob. It's completely smooth, this aluminum knob. I mean, the build quality is quite nice. This is aluminum or metal, and so is the top. I think there's some plastic components in the bottom, but roughly it's very well made, and the knob is nicely machined and very smooth. However, this knob is not motorized, and there's no indicator on the volume. So the volume you'll see as an indicator on the app itself, right? So you can turn the volume up and down simply dragging this. But other than that, I guess you can hear the volume. You don't really need to know what it is at. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Turn on the. So I wanted to show you the equalizer. So in the function here, there's a built-in equalizer. In this, there's a high, medium, and low equalizer, as well as balance, which is just left-right. There's a separate control for subwoofer in case you wanted to raise that or lower that. And then there's enhanced, direct, and bass extension. Now for certain type of music, such as like classical or jazz, you might want to listen to direct, where it's more pure and the sound comes out the way it's recorded. But for mainstream music like pop or hip hop, you may want to turn on the auto equalizer, which gives it a bit more bass. And then I think such as upper hand, the high end, and then if you turn on enhance, you also hear the difference as well. And I'm going to turn on the bass extension, and you might hear that as well. No, next track. So it's going to run through a couple tracks so you can hear it. So again, you can control all the volumes, all the tracks directly off your phone, and this is via Wi-Fi, so you don't need a line of sight or even be near the integrated amplifier, which is what I like about it. You can also, using the Yamaha app, if you have multiple speakers that are enabled, you can link them and they'll play the same music, so you can have the same music playing in every room if you have the same setup in your room. And when you're done, you simply click on the power button on your app and it'll shut it right off. So again, this is the quick overview of the functionality of the Yamaha WXA-50, which I quite prefer over the NAD 3020. That's it.